Here we have the Tao 110cc ATV, and this ATV, it's actually pretty good. I've had this thing for, I guess, quite a bit now, and I wanted to review it with you guys. And yeah, like as I said, 110 ATV. And some cool features about this, as you can see, is this ATV actually has a back rack, and it's actually pretty big. I had a 50cc and I thought it would be the same size, but this one's actually a lot bigger than a 50cc because it's a 110. And the bigger models have a headlight right here, and as you can see, it also has a tail light right here. And what's cool about this quad is that it doesn't have a rear brake lever. It has a full back brake, and as you can see, there is a disc on the back brake, and it is a hydraulic disc full brake on the front. You got a regular front brake with 2 cables that go to each drum. And what's cool, some cool features about this ATV is that it's got a regular spark arrestor inside the exhaust. So then that means it's legal in all 50 states. And yeah, it's chain driven, regular chain driven. And yeah, I got new tires as well, these two. Got new tires as well, 2 back ones. And yeah, and I still need to get the front ones, but for now I'll just keep them because it's rear wheel drive. Another cool feature is that where you give throttle, there is like a governor for the speed. You can adjust the speed right here, but I actually took out the screw so I can give full throttle. But because the 110cc is probably a little too powerful for a kid, you can screw in the screw a little bit so that they don't give throttle all the way and they just fly off. And another safety tip or safety thing that this ATV has is this little pull thing. This attaches to your clothes or anything, and if the kid falls off, this pulls off with it and it stops. This ATV also has electric start, as you can see right here, on off switch. And for it to actually operate, this little rubber piece has to actually be right here, and there is actually a key on off. Well, that's it, you see. And the battery is actually under the seat. You pull off the seat, there's supposed to be a lever right here, and here's the battery, small little battery. So basically, yeah. And there is shocks for 2 up front, 1 in the back, and you can make it to the softest level, and I have it like in the medium because it's pretty good. And the 2 front shocks aren't that bad, but the front shocks actually are really hard, so you can adjust them to like the softest level and they will still be really hard. So you can just run the tires low, and that's what I've seen a lot of people do, and it actually works pretty good. But I don't have it on the softest level, I just have it as is. What's cool about this feature, or this ATV, is that you can get a remote start to this and like a remote cutoff switch and alarm. But the one thing this thing also doesn't have, has other quads, like my other 50cc, I have like a string on the back, like you can like be behind with and you pull it and it shuts off. But a remote is actually more efficient because you have more range and you have an alarm on a remote as well, so it's more efficient and you can install it for 20 bucks. And as a Chinese ATV, this thing does go pretty fast since it is a 110cc ATV. This thing is actually pretty fast. I topped it off probably like at 30 to 35 miles per hour. And this thing does go pretty quick, so that's why if your child is going to be going too fast, you don't want them to give full throttle, open throttle, you can screw in the screws so that they don't give throttle all the way. It acts like a governor, so it's actually pretty good and good for safety. And another feature this ATV like did not have is there used to be like a full plastic right here, but I just took that off because you would have to take off this whole plastic just to get to the oil cap, check the oil each time. I just took that off so I have easy access to check the oil and change the oil. And if you were to change the oil on this ATV, it takes 10W40 motor oil, and the socket on the bottom is 17 millimeter. It's not the other socket, it's the socket that goes straight up and down. Well, it's the bolt that goes straight up and down. And the weight limit that this thing can pull is 190 pounds. And it says, as it says right here, operations. There you go. The vehicle operator has to be under 190 pounds to drive this ATV. And right here it says operations ATV, children under the age of 10 increases the risk of severe injury or death. Adult supervision required for children under the age of 16. Never permit to children under the age of 10 to operate ATV. There's supposed to be like a red thing that's a cross, but it kind of faded out. So this is not for kids under age 10. And another design that was kind of bad was that all the wiring is actually exposed on this ATV. So it's like when you take it to the water, you might have to clean it out each time so that it doesn't corrode or anything. And then you have your gas on and off switch right there. And then your choke lever, you want to go on this side. Well, it's on the side of the carburetor. Right there, as you see, it's bad lighting. Wow, the choke lever is right there. And it goes up and down. The choke is up on a cold start. And then when it's warmed up, you want to take it down. And as you can see, all the wiring is actually exposed right here. And that is the model's ATV. It's a B110 2019. And as a small ATV, this is actually pretty light. It's actually a lot lighter than I expected it to be. My 50cc Kazuma ATV is actually more heavier than this thing. And it's actually nice that it's light because you can do like more burnouts, more donuts. It's actually pretty fun, this thing. And another feature, well, not really a feature, I guess you can say a hazard, is that it's so light that it flips super easily. If you're going fast and you try to turn, it's super easy to flip. I almost flipped it like in the first 20 minutes that I had it. And overall, I'm actually really impressed with the quality of this bike, of how it handles and how it is. Because it's a Tao Chinese bike. It's actually pretty good quality as like a first quad or like beginner quad, or just have fun. I got a smaller quad to have fun, rip around on the trails, you can see, and have fun. And you can actually ride it at night because it has a tail light and it has a headlight. And the brake lights actually work. When you press brake, it turns on brighter, so you can actually see what's going on. And this actually fires up pretty dang quick. So to fire it up, making sure your on switch is on, make sure your key is on, press foot brake, then just, as you can see, the brake light turns on, then just press the electric start button. There we go. You see it fires right up. Yeah. Thanks for watching. One thing I forgot to mention is this ATV is automatic, so it has no clutch, no gears, so that when you start it up, it doesn't just drive right away, as you can see. And I'm actually really impressed with the quality and how this ATV is. See you later. Thanks for watching the review of the Tao 110cc ATV, and thanks for watching another video of EZauto-Boyz. And please drop a like, subscribe, and comment how useful this video was, and thanks for watching.